Hello, everybody. Welcome to this goddamn chaos.
My pop filter smells like curry.
Were you using it as like a curry filter?
Yeah. Trying to get all the chunks out.
Sprinkle it in there.
I'm going to get out of this and go to that.
I mean, I would tell you that that's not what pop filters are for, but I mean, you do you, brew.
Well, it's a filter. It's like
It
a
is.
strainer.
Yeah. Strainer, filter, same thing. It's just you smell like curry powder right now.
I guess there's worse things.
Yeah.
As long as I don't smell like the aftermath of curry.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a little...
Or a white person eating curry.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that'd be more accurate.
Yeah. Does a number on our digestion. Because we're not used to it. We're not used to the spicy.
We eat bland food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're like, whoa. Hold back on the pepper there, buddy.
Don't use that salt. It's a little spicy.
Whoa. You putting water in there, bro?
God. I don't know how you handle that. But yeah, this is a podcast. And my name is Graham.
My name is Dane. Graham, Dane. Dane.
Get it? Very clever. I'm trying to figure out the camera system. We changed it again.
Yeah. But we added this really cool backdrop.
Yep, and got rid of the green screen because of the render time.
How long did that? It's still going, right?
Oh, no, it's rendered. It's uploading now.
You said it like a week ago.
Yeah, it was like 15 hours. Like, good Lord, I need a better processor.
Yeah. You're like a day one patch for a, terrible video game.
Hey, bing, bam, cyberpunk.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to go over here.
What are you doing? Oh. For those of you listening at home, Graham did a little sachet and
Sashay away.
Took off some articles of clothing and is he's still going. Oh, okay.
The video people are like, this is terrible.
He is lying to those audio listeners.
Those poor audio listeners.
See, but then it makes the audio listeners want to go and watch it. So we get
does
doubled.
it?
No.
Does it really? They want to see my hot bod?
I mean, they don't want to see mine.
You don't know that.
Let's be real here.
You don't know that.
Let's move on to what are we talking about today?
The Eternalies.
Yeah, the
Eternals.
Eternals.
Directed by Chloe Zhao. Zhao? Can never pronounce it right.
And
I'm gonna look it up.
Chloe. You're gonna have the Google say it out loud like you did with Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. No, I just want to make sure because I feel like I'm doing it right. It's Zhao, right?
Zhao, yeah, I think. I mean that I know that from Airbender, Avatar: Last Airbender.
Let's play it. They got a video. It's that same guy. Why is there a fat picture of Chris Pratt? The fuck? Oh, it's an ad. I was like, why is the hell is this in the beginning of this video? That's some weird stuff. I should probably turn that up. This is the same guy. I was just kidding before.
This is the guy.
This is normally pronounced as Jop.
Yep, nailed it.
Jop. Although in English,
Jop.
this is usually said as Zhao.
Oh, I was right in the English
Oh,
pronunciation.
there you go.
Once you know
But
if you
Joe?
talk to
Joe.
people and they refer
Chloe Zhao.
to
Cool,
this name,
But she is no, I know her from Nomadland, which is a terrific movie starring Frances McDormand.
That's depressing then.
Yeah, well, because it's
mean,
like more.
Spoilers, we did not like it. So.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like getting this like indie director who does like documentary style from Nomadland, and it's like so well done. And then she kind of like there was some like documentary style camera work, obviously with Kumail Nanjiani's character. What is his name? Like Zingo or Kingo?
Whoa, racist.
Well, I knew it was some like weird name.
Yeah.
They all have weird names.
Yeah, they all have some strange eternal names, you know.
I think the most normal one was Sprite.
Yeah, exactly. Sponsored. Hashtag sponsored by Coke.
Yeah, I think
Hashtag
LeBron
Kobe
James
Bryant.
was
Yeah.
supposed to play, but they're like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense with the character because Sprite's like very small,
Yeah,
and
but
he is
they,
not small. He's very tall.
they wanted to show the refreshment.
Yes,
They could
Cranberry.
have made him a cartoon like they did in
Space Jam that we never
Space Jam,
watched.
yeah.
We tried to watch.
I still haven't watched it. So
I don't ever
I heard
want
it was
to.
terrible.
Yeah.
I heard it was half cringe, half advertisement.
Oh, that's always good.
So, but you probably have all heard about this movie too. It's been everywhere that it's the blandest movie,
Yeah.
and that does not disappoint. So,
Yeah, it is quite a. I wouldn't call it bland, but it's very disjointed.
yeah,
Like they have like really good parts, moments, but they're not connected at all, and so it just doesn't flow together.
yeah,
And like I think we were talking after the fact there should have been more than one movie.
hmm oh yeah, it should have been at least
They-
a little bit more. You know,
They pulled like a DC fuck up with like Justice League. They tried to like we gotta kickstart this stuff so we can compete with Marvel, but then screw it up really bad.
yeah,
And that's kind of what they did with this. Because there's so many main characters. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Eternals.
yeah,
10. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
10 Eternals to introduce. And I felt they developed their characters well enough.
yeah. hmm
But that's like 10 people that you want to care about. And they did like let I think Makari, the deaf character, Lauren Ridloff, they didn't really develop. She was kind of not in the movie for most of it.
Yeah, she just was gone.
And
Kumail Nanjiani just left.
he just like, I agree with Icarus, but I'm not going to subject you to my views.
He just freaking left before the third act. Like what?
Yeah.
He's just
It mostly follows Gemma Chan's character, Cersei.
yeah.
She's the main one. And her off and on again relationship with Icarus, Rob Stark.
King of the North.
King of the North!
King of the North.
I peaked.
Coden.
Well, yes, there's a lot of Game of Thrones characters or people.
Yeah, there were.
Well, not a lot. There's
There
two.
was,
Two on screen and one behind the screen.
and the one of them on screen. His on screen name is the best name ever.
Oh, Sprite?
Yeah, it's just great. In fact, I'm drinking Sprite right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Sponsored by Pepsi. Just kidding.
Drink
We're
Sierra
not.
Mist.
We're sponsored by Marlboro. We already talked about this.
Yeah, we did. We're sponsored
Philip
by
Morris.
Phil Morris.
But
Trying to be sponsored anyway. You know.
yeah. But also the person who did the score, Ramin Djawadi. I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right. But he did the score for a game.
Well, let's look it up.
I don't.
Do you want me to look it up on the screen here? We have the new fancy screen.
Yeah, you can.
It's actually
Just don't show anything naughty.
how do you
Get rid of the. Don't show your feet pics.
well then what's the point of this?
You're right. Shut it down. Oh fuck. Let's see if Julian Miguel.
Kumail Nanjiani?
I can't pronounce anyone's name anymore.
Yeah. Who are you looking at?
Oh, that guy who did all the pronunciation. That's his whole channel's pronunciation.
The pronunciation guy. He's our we
His
should
go-to.
be,
Shout out to Julian McKell. Hopefully he's not a Nazi. Because I don't want to be canceled for supporting him.
yeah. Oh, by the way, this is all heavy spoilers because I mean it's been out for a while, so we figured that people have been watching
Well,
it. Yeah.
that's what the show is. We've already
Yeah.
explained it. So if you don't read, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So because it's in the description.
I don't put it in my description.
I just put it in the description of the social media. So
Oh,
get it.
I should start putting that in the description.
Just put like
spoilers.
I put the after show where you come.
Where I what?
Where you come.
Whoa, dude. Okay, this has turned into a really after special.
That's a Patreon special.
Oh, by the way, Pip the Troll was Patton Oswalt. We
Yes.
were right.
Yeah, we saw it in the cast and the credits.
Oh, I didn't see that in the cast and credits. I was too busy looking at I was too busy noticing Dane go up and was just like, hell yeah.
You really need help.
I don't see my name very often.
We've seen it a lot on the show, actually. It's a lot more common than we thought.
Yeah, I think it's becoming more common.
It's coming more common?
It's
Coming is common.
Coming is common.
All right,
It is.
Are you going to pull it up?
Wait, I didn't pull up anything.
I thought you were pulling it up.
Oh, what was that pulling up?
The pronunciation of Ramin Djawadi.
Ramin Djawadi. Who is Ramin Djawadi?
He's the guy who did the score.
Oh, well, let me
Djawadi.
work on that. While you,
We'll just cut this part out.
no, we're keeping all this in. Talk about your thoughts on it.
I have 0 because I didn't like it. No, I'm kidding. There were moments I did like. I can't remember them now. I thought the acting was actually pretty well done. Like, everyone had a really great performance. There was no, like, I didn't notice anyone trying to fake. I didn't notice someone acting.
Why did we not hear that?
Well, we can. Ramin Djawadi. I did pronounce it right. I'm a fucking good. I'm progressive.
Oh, I think it's because I have my audio going.
I don't like that weird uncanny valley mouth
Ramin
going
Djawadi.
on over there. He did the music for Westworld too, I think. So the uncanny valley mouth goes along with him. But yeah, so little Game of Thrones reunion. Ramen.
Okay, let's move on.
He did Iron Man, the first one. Cool. I think we've
did
already
do Iron Man.
discussed this.
You could really put anything into this person's lips, and it sounds like it's what it's saying.
That's sick, dude. That's disgusting.
Hello, how you doing? Listen, Graham, we need to talk. Listen, we need to talk. See, that sounds like it.
Do it again.
Listen, we need to talk.
Do it again. Dane is dumb name. Oh, wow. You're right.
We got it. All right. This was more fun than the movie.
Yeah. No, but would you agree with me that the acting was actually pretty
Oh,
good?
yeah. The acting was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you get a bunch of like really high name great actors and actresses, then
Well, I've never heard of Leah McHugh.
That's true. Well, I mean,
How old is this lad?
how old is who? Renee McHugh.
Well, she was in The Lodge. That's a good movie, too. I think she's a she.
Oh, okay.
It says actress, so I think they identify as a he, her, she, she, her.
Yeah.
Hershey. Identify as a candy bar. All right.
I identify as just chocolate.
But yeah, they were the only one. Leah and Lauren Ridloff were the only people I've never seen as far as the main characters go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who was Fastos in?
Brian Tyree Henry. He's a comedian, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
Seen him in
he
a lot
was
of comedies.
He was in Atlanta. That's where I probably have seen him. Oh, he was in Godzilla vs. Kong.
That's right.
Yeah, he was the conspiracy guy.
The podcaster.
Yeah. Oh.
Really good hero. Doing the God's work.
Of spouting conspiracies.
That's what it, duh.
That's what we do.
Don't you know old Ben Shapipo?
I do. Ben Shabibi.
And he was also in IMDb.
He was what? He was in the website.
Yeah. Why are they trapped in there?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Where's Haas Slayman? His husband guy?
Slayman? Dude, he is just slaying.
Where have I seen him before? I know him.
Who? We are totally off topic right now.
Not really.
Oh, Haas Slayman.
No,
Ben.
the guy who played his husband.
Ah.
I've seen him in something. I just can't remember. Jack Ryan. That's it.
The Eternals.
Jack Ryan. That show is terrible.
Is it?
It's pretty much CIA propaganda to make America great again.
Dude, there's a lot of those shows out right now.
I know, but this one is like so blatant. It's not good.
Is that the one that has John Krasinski
Yep.
in it? Oh, that's too bad.
If you're just watching it as an action movie, it's pretty good. but you can't ignore the fact that it's like
Is it a movie or is it a show?
it's a show.
Okay, because I know the movie was Tom Cruise, right?
No, it's Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher.
Essentially the same thing.
Oh, okay.
It's the same. It's the same. It's just the white
thought it
spy
was-
guy.
I thought that's what Jack Ryan was based off of.
No, Jack Ryan is Tom Clancy made Jack Ryan a long
Okay.
time ago. Jack Reacher is also a book character,
Okay.
and he's probably inspired by Tom Clancy.
Okay.
But anyway, moving on from that.
It's all CIA propaganda.
But
So
let's talk about more like the
the movie.
yeah. Well, the acting was great, but I also liked the diverse cast,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't feel pandering
Mm-hmm.
to me, although it probably was
Yeah.
because they're like, "Look how diverse we are now."
Yeah. Right. We're woke.
The white
but-
guy's not the leader. And we set him up to be, but then he's like, no, the woman should lead.
The woman should lead.
But then he is the villain.
He's the villain.
But no, I did like that. And I liked
wait,
how
no, he wasn't the villain. He was the good guy.
Icarus.
Yeah, he's trying to do his job. He's just doing the job, you know. It was those
Blue
women.
lives matter too. Is that what you're gonna say next?
It was, you know, like
The thin blue line.
I mean, it was all those, you know, all the other Eternals that were against him. You know, like women were keeping him down, right? Am I right, women? I'm canceled, aren't I?
I'm canceling you, Twitter.
Yeah.
No,
I don't believe these.
I
at
know
all. Yeah.
he's doing a bit. We do that a lot if you're new to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do cringy bits.
Cringy bits.
Well, I want to explain that now because it
Cringy
might not be
bits.
obvious to people.
Cringy bits.
So if you like The Office, you like this. We're kind of like pulling like a Michael Scott.
Yeah, we are.
Not as talented as Steve Carell, but
Mm-mm.
don't want to.
And not as funny or good. So why are you here? No, just
Okay. But where was I at?
we were talking about.
Oh, but I liked how they had a deaf character too, and they didn't like. One thing I did like about this is that they didn't like bring so much attention to all like how diverse we are.
yeah,
Like as I said, they didn't try to pander. They're like, oh, she's deaf, and like, oh, so powerful, and because she's deaf. No, she was just deaf, and they treated her normal,
yeah,
and they like they made it accessible. They all spoke the sign language.
mm-hmm.
It was cool,
yeah. It was just like,
and she
another-
was like super powerful too.
yeah,
Speedy. She's pretty much like the Flash character.
mm-hmm.
Super fast.
yeah. I've always thought that super speed is like kind of one of the most OP powers you could have. like no person could go against you if you have super speed. Like,
Yeah.
'cause you are super speedy.
So fast.
Yeah,
But I did like, speaking about the Flash, I like how his metabolism is so fast too, that he has to eat a lot.
yeah,
So I like that too. They kind of give him a weakness. It's not really a weakness, but
yeah.
makes sense. And then, yeah, I like that. That was good.
Yeah. I like those two things too.
Yeah. The two things that are
Those
good.
two things were good, and also obviously the visuals were great.
Yeah,
it's, you know,
VFX. If
VFX
they
are
had
good.
shitty VFX, I don't know what they would have done.
I don't know.
Like,
what,
where's all this money going?
yeah,
To pay
right?
Salma Hayek to be in the movie?
that and getting Pink Floyd.
Oh my god! Yeah, what the hell was that about?
Yeah, that was really strange.
That's so stupid. Like, as I told you, because you're like, oh, what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, the movie producer's like, time, they're alive forever. That's it. That's the song.
Yeah. hmm
But then, do you listen to the lyrics at all? It's really about like, it makes sense, but that not at the moment. You know?
Yeah, I listened to the title all time,
Yeah.
and they're going through time. So done. Okay,
Boom.
let's move on. All right.
Yeah.
We got places to go and theme parks to open. All right.
Yeah. And Pink Floyd concerts. We got to bring back Sid Barrett from the dead.
Yeah. Except he wasn't around when that was
I
made.
know. But the rest of them are still alive. So
But he was on one of the most underrated Pink Floyd albums, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. It's
Piper
great.
and the Gates of Hipster. Boom. No, it's good.
I mean, I liked it before
Boom.
it was cool.
Just got him. Ha ha.
I mean, it got kind of mainstream. I didn't
Canceled.
like it anymore.
I'm just saying words now. Buzzwords.
Buzzwords. Canceled.
Just
Woke.
like Fox News.
Fake news.
Buzzwords. Diversity. Is it killing America?
Yes.
It is. Good, though.
It's good that it's killing America.
Well, it should, because we want to change.
Yeah.
Got to kill something before you set it free.
That's what good
That's
old
what Abraham Lincoln said.
That's what we all learned from Old Yeller.
Sure did. Take you
I'm
out.
so sorry, boy.
I'm gonna take you
I
out
gotta
back.
set you free.
Sorry, America. Can you come out back for a bit?
As America's frothing and foaming at the mouth. Yep.
Here's a bucket of fried chicken. Just look away.
Just look away. Here's Ben Shapiro. Just look
He'll
away.
speak really fast at you and distract you from him not making any points.
But that's just not true. Okay. I just really think that I can't do a Ben Shapiro.
It was pretty close to him.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Got distracted again.
We were talking about things we liked, and I think we were
Diversity.
done. We discussed all the positives about it. Now we're gonna go on to the shit show.
Yeah, you can start us off.
One of the big things that I did not like about this is that, like we said before, it seemed like it was trying to be like two different movies, or because they kept going back in time to when they were there for all the historical events leading up to present day, and then jumping back to present day. When it would have been cool if they had just focused on the past and had them basically be superheroes going up through all the historical events.
Yeah.
And then maybe ending off with the fact that there was a celestial inside of the core of the earth, and then having that be the big problem at the end they need to solve next time, or have some kind of other, like, because they set up the main antagonist of the story, the undesirables, or whatever they're called.
That sounds like Nazi Germany.
No, they were
The Deviants.
the deviants. That's it. They set up the deviants like early on, and I thought it would have been cool, like at the end, to be like, like maybe like they weren't deviants because they were just mindless killing machines, but deviants because they knew what was going on and that they were going to kill everybody in the earth in order to make the celestial come, and then that's why they were doing what they were doing, which I thought would have been cool. And then at the end, they could team up with the deviants, and then maybe be like an after credit scene to be like, oh, well, the celestial is going to wake up soon, so we gotta get ready for that.
Yeah, that would have been way better as a sequel
Yeah,
for this. Yeah, because then it could have been set up, and then just the way they like figured shit out right at the end so quickly with the bracelet and like the Unimind, which is a dumb name, and they did comment on it, but they kept it still.
yeah.
So.
And even what was it? Kingo was like, Brainstorm. That's a much better name, and then everybody's like, no, keep it Unimind.
Unimind. It sounds like I don't like it either. I'm with Kingo on that one.
Sounds like a bad guy from the 50s. Like,
Yeah, I am Unimind.
I will come after you, Superman.
I unite minds. Yeah, it was just poopy that way because it just shoved.
Whoa, dude. We
Sorry.
we have a.
Brown excrement.
There you go.
Yeah, it just shoved way too much stuff all into one, and then it didn't do anything good.
Much like excrement.
Yep. Compacted. Yeah, it would have been so cool to see them throughout history in like more in depth.
Mm-hmm. Be there for like the big, events like building the pyramids or something.
But they really only had like 2 events that they were a part of, like the siege at, I can never pronounce his name, but it's Tenochtitlan. When the conquistadors pretty much genocided the Aztecs.
Mm-hmm.
Like they showed that happening, and then them wanting to intervene, but they couldn't because they were like, no, it's not our job. And then with the atom bomb being dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Festos being involved. Because that was his whole thing. He was the tech guy, and he tried to help them advance slowly.
And see, like that would have been cool as like its own movie too.
Yeah.
Like its own idea. Like this guy trying to just slowly coerce people, but he wants to coerce them faster. but then people are holding him back. And then like, it would have been cool to have the dichotomy of him being like, okay, I'm going to give him this, this, and this, and does it behind, Ajax's back.
Mhm.
And then have them become so advanced that we create the atomic bomb. And then he's like, I don't know, and then come to grips with that. Would have actually been a good story as opposed to like,
Just
them
one scene was just like, I'm sad that I did this. Like, it's okay. It's not your fault.
yeah, it's just like, it's all right. Just don't worry about it, bruh.
Yeah.
They're all dying anyway.
No, they're stupid.
I know everything that's going to happen to them. So don't fucking worry about
What's
it.
that? Nothing. Yeah. Ajax knew that the Celestial was going to blow the Earth up
Yeah.
by being born. That's what happens, Meat curtains, am I right?
Yeah. I'm leaving. Oh man, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, and it also was like telegraphed from the beginning that like Ajax was going to be either a bad guy.
Like that?
Yeah, it was. It was a Morse code, and
Yeah.
I was like, "What's that Morse code? Ajax is the bad guy. Weird."
I don't know why they sent that.
Yeah, and then turns out she wasn't. She was a bad guy for a long time, and then ended up being a good guy and wanted to change her ways, but then King of the North
He's
coming
like,
in.
I'm an antagonist now.
Yeah, and he's like push her. Go.
He's like,
You're dead.
deviants, get him. Now pick your body up, put it back. I thought it was weird that she was just in the beginning. She was just lying there. I'm like, why is she just lying outside?
Yeah,
But it makes sense now. But it was just weird at that moment.
it was weird, and there was like a deviant carcass there too. Remember? So like, where did that come from?
Yeah, they didn't.
Rob
Did
Stark
he
kill
plant
one
it?
of them? Yeah, did he plant that?
Yeah, he must have, but they cut it out or something.
Yeah. And then the weirdest part to me too is that like he kills her by like, showing the deviants and then throwing him off and then this whole calculated thing. And then he's like really sad after he brings the body back. And then he's just like really sad and then shoots his lasers off. And you're like, this is such a weird time to be like sad about it,
Yeah.
And like, is like, what?
Well, I don't know. I think that motivation makes sense.
I don't know. I just felt like it would have been better to have him show his sadness before he did the act, and been like, oh man, I can't believe I have to do this. I've really wrestled with it, going on, and having maybe the fact that he left be like him being, him.
But
saying
then that
to
would have been another
himself,
movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Yep. So he has one scene after he's killed her and planted the evidence to show that it was the deviants that did it. And then he's like, oh, I'm sad now.
But I thought the emotional beat was normal. It felt
Okay.
good.
All right. Well,
Because like if they try to build it up, then they would have been like a 9-hour movie.
yeah, that's true. I guess, but
But that's the problem with this movie is it should have been more than one.
it should have been more than one.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any so what was that point that you wanted to make?
Just some of the dialogue was like so spoon feedy. Like I feel like they didn't edit this script at all. They just rushed it out.
Mm-hmm.
And because like in the beginning, when they first in the modern time, let me preface that. When the Deviant comes to London to hunt the Eternals, and they are damaging it, but then it starts healing. Then they're like, they can heal now? Like, yeah, we saw that happen. Like, I
Yeah.
understand the audience needs to know that they couldn't heal before, but then the next scene, they're like, now they can heal. They said it again. Like, you could have just, one of those lines, you didn't need two. And
Yeah.
I feel like the second one would have been better, because why would she say that? It just felt, she wasn't saying it to anyone in particular. She was just like looking at the camera like, hey, audience, the deviants can heal now. Huh.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like it doesn't respect the intelligence of the audience.
Yeah, and that's a big problem with Marvel.
Yeah, big problem with Marvel. And because in any other movie, like you even saw him like heal himself, and it looked a lot like how Ajax healed people. And I
Yeah.
instantly was like, oh, they either are in line with Ajax or Ajax got her powers taken,
Right.
and that's what happened. And that's exactly what happened. And I came to that conclusion without them saying they took Ajax's power, and Ajax was the one that died, and they must have taken her power, which they did like 3 times after that.
Right.
You're like, you're not respecting us that we can figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And it lingered on them healing. Like it wouldn't. That's like a filmmaking technique. Is like this is important. We wouldn't show you otherwise. And then the reactions of the people were like, "Oh no!" But it's still like I guess they're like the audience is stupid.
Yeah.
They're just dumb. They don't know how to figure things out on their own, as you said.
Well, and the whole thing would have been like fine if they would have like then zoomed in on the Eternals. Then they'd have been like, "Whoa, that's new. That's all you needed to do."
That would have been a better
You know?
line.
Yeah, you know.
It would still like deliver the information that the audience needs to know, and them like figure like, "Holy shit."
I mean, the deviants weren't around for thousands of years before that, and they weren't just like, "Man, they're back. Oh, geez, the deviants are back. I thought the deviants were dead. The deviants were dead. Yeah, I thought they're back now." And you're like, "We get it.
They're back.
Deviants were
now.
dead. They're back now.
They can fly now. They fly now. They fly now. They fly now.
Yeah, and it's just I'm tired of these like movies that just spoon feed it. And I get it that they're trying to appeal to a wide audience.
Yeah.
So they're trying to appeal to,
Dumb,
children.
actually dumb people.
They're trying to appeal to dumb people.
Kids are dumb.
They're trying to appeal to like smart people, but it's like a lot of movies in the past didn't appeal to everybody, and then everybody ended up liking them.
Yeah.
You know? And like, I don't know. It's just depressing that like they have to like think about how much time they could have saved and put into other parts of the movie if they just didn't try to spoon feed everything to us.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it just felt like it was like a first draft of a screenplay, and then they were like, "That's good enough."
Yeah. Right. Like whoever made it, nobody wanted to say anything to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I saw who wrote it, and it was like 4 or 5 people were credited. Why is this not letting me go anywhere?
Oh, there's screenplay. So there's 4 screenplay people, and then there's screen story by 2 other people.
Yeah.
So they must have made the screen story.
It's like she's credited twice on the writing credits.
Yeah.
I thought that was like I saw it in the credits of the movie too. And I was like, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Is it 2 different people? I'm going to click on the link. No.
Screenplay
So far, it's the same person.
And screenplay by, and yeah, it is just the same thing.
It's the same person.
It's not even like screenplay and
It's gotta
screen
be
adaptation or something.
It's got to be a technical, like a credit thing. So it's got to be something I don't understand about credits.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it
Furpo.
doesn't seem
Name's funny.
Furpo. Oh, it looks like either husband, wife, or brother, sister, or unless Kaz is a male name. I don't know. Kaz might be.
Kaz is a made up name, and this person isn't real.
They just wanted more of a cut.
Kaz has a mustache.
They're like, oh my brother Kaz. He wrote all of this too, so he should get 25%, right?
Damn, this dude like went from like nowhere to somewhere. Like all his credits, and his credits are just like documentaries, and then a Marvel movie. I'm like, well, you can't write documentaries. Why is he doing this?
So yeah, so Ryan Furpo and Kaz Furpo are both screenplay and screen story. I don't know what. Maybe I'm.
And same with
one.
Ben. Like same with Ryan Furpo. There's like he doesn't have any credits.
Yeah.
I'm like not saying like people who don't have credits aren't talented, but that seems like weird for like the reason they got Chloe Zhao is because she won an Academy Award for Best Picture, for Best Director. Like they wouldn't have put some like no name poop head in charge of this movie.
I don't know. Seems like they did.
Well, I thought she did pretty well but I don't think she had the chops like leading up to it. Like Nomadland was such an intimate movie and it was so well crafted, and then this was like spanning. It's huge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I don't want to say that she didn't know what she was doing. She obviously it was good enough.
All right. Something I really want to talk about is just the dumb fact that Kumail Nanjiani just left in the movie. just left. I don't know why they decided to do that. That was the dumbest thing. Was he like too powerful? He could have taken out Robb Stark, so they needed some way to put him on even playing field from the others.
Obviously not.
Because they didn't really establish whose powers.
He seemed like the weakest one with his little finger guns.
Yeah.
It was such a dumb power.
Yeah. They just wanted somebody who could shoot guns,
No, like they need guns. America love guns.
Yeah. He's got guns on there. And and so then he left, and then his videographer left with him. And I'm like, why are you leaving with him? Like, the Earth is going to die if he leaves. What are you gonna do? Go with him? You can't survive in space. You will die.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That just seemed dumb. I thought it would have been kind of cool if his chauffeur videographer guy stayed with them to fight, even though he couldn't do anything. I thought that would have been cool. Been like, where you going, dude? This is where you need to be. And Kumail Nanjiani would be like, no, let's go. He'd be like, no, this is my home. I need to fight for it.
Yeah.
But instead he's just like, I'm going to leave and be with Kumail Nanjiani now. See ya. Like, this is stupid. This is just dumb.
Yeah.
Did he have another obligation when they were shooting those scenes? Like, what happened?
What?
I literally don't know why he wasn't in the last scenes. Makes no sense.
He would have brought nothing to the. He would have just been in the way. He would have been murked by Icarus, just blasted.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted to spend time with his loved ones. That's what I'm assuming is where he went, but Kingo leaving still made no sense.
But he even knew that the Earth was going to die in a day, and his thing was, I'm just going to leave and I'll see you guys on the next planet. Like, that was what he said.
Oh, Kingo, yeah.
And you're just like, why? It doesn't make any sense.
No, that part didn't make any sense. But the chauffeur leaving made sense to me.
Yeah,
Because he can't bring anything. He's not going to fight Icarus.
Yeah,
I got a camera, bro. It would have been cool if they incorporated him filming it.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. If that was how it was directed and made, that would have been really, really cool.
And it would have been kind of cool, after the fact, to
and
have
more
it
on
be more like
Chloe Zhao's chops too.
Yeah.
Bring her actual own technique instead of just making it another spectacle.
Yeah.
Which didn't really.
It would have
bring anything.
It would have kind of felt like the beginning of Spider-Man: Homecoming when Spider-Man was filming stuff himself.
Yeah.
That it kind of would have had that feel. And it would have grounded the Eternals a little bit more in reality than just being we're super beings.
Yeah. They're
gonna,
okay, and what's new?
And then they're like, oh, you're going to figure out how to use your powers.
Where the fuck are the
to
Avengers
save.
when this is all happening?
Yeah,
Once
right.
again.
Yeah. They couldn't afford them, so.
Yeah.
Well, and I do like how they brought up, they're so where were you guys when Thanos blinked off half the,
I was taking a shit.
Yeah. Which I thought in terms of this, it's they want to add more people. So it makes sense that, they weren't there for Endgame because they didn't know if they were going to do an Eternals movie.
Right.
So in real life terms, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I can understand that and can kind of, not fault them. But their reasoning behind it was just dumb.
They told us not to get involved.
Yeah.
But they only told them not to get involved in human conflicts. Thanos is not a human.
Yeah.
He's destroying the whole universe.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't you be involved? Yeah.
And also the, were none of them blinked out of existence during that time? They were sentient life. That's what Thanos said. He's wipe out half of all life, not half of all life that isn't constructed by
Wouldn't you've killed Celestials too?
Yeah.
Yeah, this all brings up a whole lot of mess.
Yeah. Because it definitely is that the snapping was supposed to be extremely powerful.
Yeah.
In the comic books, Thanos was so powerful with the stones, he was able to take out all of the Celestials. So all of these gigantic Celestials could not compete with the power of the stones.
Mm-hmm.
And so him snapping would have definitely also been on the Celestials as well.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, that's cool. So they have actually written it, but in the movie form, they're they didn't have to take the time to build that in.
Yeah. And it would have been kind of cool to be I got dusted during that, and then I got brought back. That would have been cool.
That would have made a lot more sense instead of they told us to sit on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, it's listen.
Actually, my hamstring, I pulled it. Sorry, couldn't go in, We have to do a lot of running.
Yeah.
I can't
yeah,
fly
no.
like Icarus, you know.
I haven't done cardio in like
He pulled his
1,000
lat
years.
muscle. I don't know.
Listen, okay. I haven't been doing my squats. I've been skipping leg day for the past 1,000 years, so it's been it's a little weird. I got to get back in the. So I got
Skinny
back
legs.
in. I got back
All
into
upper
shape.
body.
All upper body. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, that goes with all that explanation. That goes along. It felt like a first draft once again.
Mm-hmm.
Like they needed to get to the end point, and then they need to like that's how at least that's how I write. Like I don't like making an outline because it bookends me too much.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going through and like editing it, but they didn't edit any of it.
Yeah.
Or at least it didn't feel like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Also with the fucking tree thing, her making
Yeah.
like Gemma Chan's character can like pretty much alter materials, and she says she can't do sentient beings. And then they're in the Amazon when they're trying to find Druig, Barry Keoghan.
Which I thought at first it was druid, till
Druid.
I saw how it was spelled, and I'm like, oh, druid.
Yeah, Druig. It's all like everything just sounds a little off.
Yeah, like
Something.
Athena instead of Athena.
But I think that it goes along with their mythology. Like she is Athena. She inspired Athena.
Right.
And then Icarus, yeah, it is the name.
Yeah.
But they're in and then the deviants attack. I forget how it comes up, but she's like, I can't mess with sentient life. Then a deviant attacks her, and then she turns it into a tree. And they're like, oh my god, you can do it. But there was no build up, and like the VFX, like when it was happening, you're like, what? You couldn't see what was happening or what she was doing until after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it would have been cooler to see it happening, and then that would have been the payoff. Is like, whoa, the payoff would have been,
Mm-hmm.
but instead it was just tree. And
Well,
then-
it's like in movies where, you know, somebody at the end of a scene suddenly has a gun and then they shoot somebody, and you go, where'd that gun come from? Okay, I guess he just had a gun the
I
whole
have a
time.
concealed carry license, bro. You're not supposed to see it.
But see, in a good movie, they'll establish that somebody had a gun beforehand, and you don't even think about like where'd that gun come from. You're like, it got established beforehand.
Yeah.
This is kind of the former in that case, where she's just like turns him into a tree, and everybody's like, and us as an audience are like, oh, that was pretty cool. And it's
That was
like,
cool.
Yeah, you've never been able to do that, and all of us are like, oh, she wasn't able to do. Oh, she wasn't able to do that to them. Oh, okay, because she can now. Okay. All
How?
right.
We don't know.
How? I don't know. All right, where'd that come from? She didn't have that. Now she does.
We're in the
Like,
Amazon. There's trees, right?
Yeah. They're no. They're
Oh,
not true.
right.
Those are all CGI.
That's the Sahara. That's
Yeah,
correct.
the Amazon's all gone. Didn't you know that? They
Yeah. They turned
chopped
it
it all
into
down.
vegetable oil
Yep.
farms.
Palm oil is
Yeah.
more important than trees.
Yeah, so that was, and that's how they win, is with her freezing the Celestial.
Mm-hmm.
But then she's like, I can only do it if I'm connected to the Celestial. And it's like, I guess that ball in her neck was connected to the Celestial, and that's how she turned the tree. Then I'm like, why'd she even need to get rid of it if she could have just done it,
Yeah.
kept the
Mhm.
ball in her instead of making the Unimind or whatever the fuck?
Well, and also what was weird is that in the end, when they made the Unimind, both Icarus and Sprite became a part of the Unimind. I thought
Yeah.
the whole thing is that they had to wear those bracelets to
Yeah.
become a part of the Unimind. So does that mean that Kumail Nanjiani's character halfway across the world also is like, he's like dancing, you know, with his stuff?
Doing
He's
the
like,
Bollywood,
Oh, what
his
the
Bollywood
fuck?
stuff. What the hell's going on here?
He's like buying like a sandwich at a deli. Like, hey, can I get turkey and
In-
oh,
Is he buying it in Delhi?
no, Mumbai.
India reference. I'm progressive.
It's New Delhi, right?
I'm not pandering.
We want to get those T series viewers.
T series?
Isn't that the one from India? The YouTube series that was competing with PewDiePie?
I have no idea. You're speaking a
this
different
guy.
language.
PewDiePie.
Different. Don't know what that is.
Don't know
Sounds
what
like
that
a
is.
bunch of gibberish.
I want to look this up. No.
Put it
I'm
on the
not gonna.
screen.
PewDiePie saying the N-word.
And they ruin you mentioned it earlier in the cast about the deviants and they were going to fight together.
Yeah.
But they like Bill Skarsgård played him. I was like, whoa, he was in this movie. He's an awesome actor. He played Pennywise and a bunch of other Pennywise.
Played him again.
Played him
Anyways.
2 times. But no, he's a great actor. But it would have been cool to like, it was kind of like an Ultron type moment where he became sentient, or he was already kind of becoming sentient and like realizing what's happening, what he's being used for.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like fighting against his natural order, quote unquote. So it would have been cool to see more development from him instead of at the end he's just like, I'm sentient now, and then Athena's like, well, you're not a main character, so
Yeah.
you don't have plot armor.
Yeah, and that would have been a cool like dichotomy, you know, and then they team up with the other Eternals to fight Rob Stark or something.
Yeah.
You know, because then they know that their plight is the same.
Right.
You know, because they came to realize what's going on.
Exactly.
But then so it's just like him becoming like a sentient. Like, why didn't he do that when he absorbed Ajax's power? Why was it only after he absorbed 2 of them then he was able to turn into like a bipedal human? Like that just doesn't make sense why that's what had to happen at that point.
Yeah, that is strange.
You know, I think it's because they didn't want him to like ruin the fact that Rob Stark's character was the bad guy at that point.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
And that is the pandering.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't make the minorities villains.
Yeah.
And I'm including the deviant in this universe as a minority.
As a minority.
Because he's like an enslaved people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To make them,
Well, and I thought it would have been cool because they it seemed like they set it up to start doing that because the deviants were also created by the Celestial.
And he was like trying to convince Thena. He was like, hey, but then he was just like, I'm killing you because you're in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah. And then
I guess you're not that smart. You
Thena,
fucking idiot.
Yeah. Thena just chopped him up and then it's like, okay, you're dead now. Okay. That.
Yeah. Her plot armor knife move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'd have been cool to kill her off, I think, but she had plot armor.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I think it's because if they would have had him absorb her power, the movie would have been another hour long fighting.
Yeah.
Like, then he's also able to heal. He's able to punch really hard, and then he's able to create swords.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I agree with that. Yeah.
All right. Do we have much else to talk about with this?
Post-credit scenes we can discuss.
Oh yeah.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
As per usual.
Dane Whitlock.
Whitman.
The best.
You said it wrong, so you're canceled
I'm
by
canceled.
all the rest of the Danes.
Dang it. Dane it. I'm canceled. My no, I can't say that. I was gonna say that the name is close to my roommate in college, but then it'd be basically it'd be saying his name.
Doug Whitman? Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman. Walter White. Yeah, so he picks up he
sword. He
reveals
touches a sword.
And he's talking with Cersei and he's like, my past.
My queen.
It's like
You're my queen. Wrong franchise.
just it also is one of those things where it's like, why couldn't he just be a person? Why does he have to now have some like background where he's also a superhero now?
I'm assuming it's in the comics, obviously, or else they wouldn't just make it up because they don't make original thoughts.
Right, but we are back.
Yeah, we're here talking. We were talking about Marvel and its lack of originality, or just it's not just Marvel. It's pretty much any mainstream thing.
Yeah,
they need like a built-in audience or some previously created thing because they're like, oh, we know this sold well before, so we'll know it sells again. Mm-hmm. Let's not take risks.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a little. Because they're trying to pander to as many people as possible to make the most money as possible. So they're trying not to.
Why does this sound quieter now?
What? I don't know.
Does it sound quieter to you?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, your sound is, well, you're peaking a lot.
I'm peaking?
Yeah, dude. No, you're not. No, just kidding.
Why? Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But
please don't.
I don't even know who Dane Whitman is in the comics or anything. Either. So if you know, comment below.
Dane is me. I'm Dane.
He's not. He's a lie.
Dane.
It's actually Danicus.
Danicus Finch.
But yeah, so that he had like a sword And at the end of the ring, he's like, my family is a weird history, blah, 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 blah. Uh-oh, you're gone. I have a sword now. I can do it.
Yeah, and then he like read that thing. I don't remember what
He
it
like,
said.
de booba, death, booba.
Yeah, he's like, death becomes me and I'm death.
And then he's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, what? He said something that didn't make any sense to anybody.
I'm sure that there's some Marvel fan like, oh, I get it.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
in issue 92 in 1973. He said it.
It's like when Thanos got first teased at the end of the post-credit scene of Avengers. Everybody's like, oh, it's him. And half of them were like, yeah.
I was like,
that
who's this
guy."
motherfucking purple guy?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll do it myself, but I'm going to wait 10 years. Oh, yay.
Oh, good stuff.
And then the other post-credit scene was introducing Thanos' brother, Eros,
Yeah.
played by
Why
Harry
was he
Styles.
not purple? Because it's Harry. You can't purpleize Harry Styles, dude.
You got to get all them teenage girls and shit, you know?
Yeah. And then Patton Oswalt plays the little leprechaun that comes with him. Is
Hey,
that
that-
racist?
You can't. Moving on.
Do you mind
No.
pushing that microphone a little bit away from me? I think you are.
Is that good?
Just keep going. Just could you unplug it too?
Is that good?
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Yeah, and so they introduced him, and I was like, great. I wonder why they picked him.
Yeah. I don't know either.
He doesn't have a built-in audience from being in One Direction. Is he in One Direction?
Was he? Yeah. Yes.
I have no idea. I'm assuming.
Harry Styles. Oh God, I'm way zoomed in. I need to zoom out. I zoomed in for the.
You don't know your poopy bit. Yeah, One Direction.
You light up my life like nobody else.
He was in One Direction, and he was in Dunkirk. He did pretty good in Dunkirk.
I mean, yeah, he's actually pretty good. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, but it's just like, can we get like a trained actor, like someone who's not known, but I understand I don't like it. They're like, we need to get butts in seats.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's kind of how the animation scene is these days too. Like
Yeah.
any animated movie, they push it out because of who the characters are. And there's so many movies out there where you're like, how like this movie would not stand if it wasn't for the main character being who they are, you
Right.
know? And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, why not have actual competent voice actors or competent actors be in a movie to make the movie better, not to put people in seats because they're like, oh, look who it is. It's
Yeah.
that guy from that band. I like that band.
And if the movie's good, people will see it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, especially if it has Marvel on it, people are gonna go fucking see it.
Yeah.
It's big enough now. It's not just for the nerds anymore.
Mm-hmm. Like if you cast no-name actors in like the main roles, people will still like it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
If you have like one person, like Angelina Jolie is probably the biggest named actor in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's the most prolific. Selma Hayek is for me too, because I know her from a lot of things. But I think Angelina Jolie, just her career
Yeah.
spans a lot bigger. Because she got the and credit, and that usually is reserved for like an honor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess for this one, it doesn't really matter for the main characters
Yeah. But like, you know, casting.
because these are all actual actors.
Mhm, yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, we're actually abandoning our rating system. We're not doing it anymore.
Abandon ship.
Fuck it.
We're still going to recommend yay or nay.
Yeah. I'd say this is a nay. This is a wait till it comes out on Disney Plus if you own it. If not, don't get Disney Plus just for this.
Yeah, definitely don't get Disney Plus. Just
Yeah,
don't get
just
it.
Don't get it.
Don't pay them money for anything.
Yeah. They're trying too much to put their Disney Plus. I think their TV shows are not doing as well as they wanted to because it seems like they're not pushing those as hard as they were.
Well, the quality's not there, as you were saying.
Yeah. It's just not. I haven't seen Loki. I've seen half of Captain America: Winter Soldier, and I couldn't watch the rest of it. I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And like, it's not the actor's fault. It's just the fact that they're trying to push these TV shows. You know, I can like we were talking about, I can commit to a 2-hour movie, you know, once every few months, you know.
And if it's bad, oh well, it's 2
Yeah.
hours of my life.
2 hours of my life. I can't commit to like a 12-hour TV show that's just a slog. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and like they keep coming out with like more and more TV shows, and you're like, okay. Like I know The Mandalorian was good, but I can guarantee you that not all of those TV shows are going to be good that they're building off Star Wars universe.
Yeah, and I hope I really hope they don't screw Boba Fett up.
Yeah.
I'm really nervous about that. Because I've already heard talks of them changing the name of his ship because it's Slave One. They didn't want it Slave anymore. I'm like, that's really not gonna. What?
Like, no, who is.
It's not like he's enslaved someone. It's a damn name of a ship.
Yeah.
It's not promoting slavery. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. It's not called like
Now, that is
slavery
that
is
is
right.
pandering.
It's not called like slavery is right one,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah.
just slave one.
The South should have won one.
Confederacy will rise again one.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Ugh.
Yeah.
But the preview looked kind of cool because it looked like he was in like a crime boss. Because he like took over Boba Fett's little crew and he is in his palace. And that looks kind of
Oh,
cool.
you mean Jabba the Hutt?
What did I say?
You said took over Boba Fett's crew.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Boba Fett took
figured.
over.
Boba
I
Fett
meant
took
it,
over-
okay?
You're peeking a lot.
Good. But yeah, so I'm nervous about that.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Eternals? Yay or nay?
Why don't we need to figure out something better than yay or nay?
Uh,
I displooge it.
let's just keep doing the rating system then. Fuck it. 4 out of 10.
I'm displooging it.
Displooging. Displooge.
And that equals,
But for me, it's not worth splooging over.
yeah, exactly. It's a desplooge.
Oh,
It makes you
desplooge.
unsplooge.
All right. Yep.
I'm unsplooging.
You're unsplooging.
I was like coming and then it uncummed.
Unsubsplooge.
Unsubsplooged. Yeah, I just don't see this movie.
Yeah, don't go to theaters to see it. Go see something else.
If you already have Disney Plus, just wait till it's on there.
Yeah. It'll be on there eventually. I'd say like Shang-Chi just came out on that.
Yeah.
And that movie came out like 2 months ago. So,
Right. So it'll be there soon.
yeah, it'll be there soon enough. Probably before the Christmas, I bet.
Yep.
To push
And
those
then
Disney
Spider-Man will be
sales.
on in the
Yeah.
theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday we were talking. I was like, why do I keep going to Marvel movies? I don't even like them anymore. I haven't liked them for a long time. And I'm like, I'm expecting them to take a risk to like change something. And I just need to let it go and accept the truth that they're never going to do that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They're just going to keep doing the same shit over and over again because it's made them billions of dollars.
Yeah, it's that sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
We've all invested so much into these movies over the years that we can't stop now.
And that's what like Endgame, when it finished, I'm like, I finished the storyline.
Yeah.
That was the one that I started way back in the day with Iron Man. I went to see that like 3 times in the theater because it was cool.
Yeah. And it was new.
And it was new. Yeah. And it wasn't just like, it didn't feel like your run-of-the-mill superhero movie. It was fresh
Right.
at that time.
Fresh to death.
So I don't even know if I'm going to see Spider-Man now because I'm like,
I mean, I'm going to see it because apparently they're bringing back other Spider-Man
they said
stuff.
apparently, but I've seen a lot that are saying no.
Well, they're bringing back Doc Ock at least.
Oh, I was talking about like the actors. Like
Oh, yeah.
Toby and
Yeah, I'm
Andrew.
expecting them not to come back because they're trying to get people in seats by being like, oh, they're not going to be there.
yeah.
Because if they were there, they would definitely be on the front of the poster.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
But if they're not on the front, like they're not that smart.
Or at least just teased in the trailer, like, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know if I'm going to see it. You can go by yourself and do a podcast.
And it's sad.
And we'll green screen. We'll just put 2 of you, and you can be 2 people.
Yeah.
I just don't want to give them any more money
Yeah.
because I
Well,
don't get enjoyment out of this. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't. Of seeing Marvel.
Well, I don't know. You never know. The next one could be.
That's exactly what I was just saying. That's how they trick you. They're like, we're gonna be better, and then it's not. It's the same.
I just don't want to go alone. So
Well, I'll go with you, maybe.
yeah,
I know.
I mean, we're gonna have to talk about it on the podcast. You
No, we
realize.
don't have to.
Yeah, we do.
No, we can find a
I'm
better movie to talk about.
Putting my foot down.
It's not though. oh no!
I'm drawing a line in
Yeah.
the sand.
But we can find a better movie to talk about.
Okay.
Better movies,
Okay.
like actually good movies that are well made and they've taken risks, put thought into, not just for the money. So, yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I feel.
That's how we feel, and that's all that matters. How we feel.
It is because it's our show.
Yep.
And you can't tell us different because you haven't given any money to our Patreon or Ko-Fi. Except for my mom has, so she can say something.
She's like, yes, you're very
Keep
nice.
doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
Is your mom 80?
She's like 70. No,
Yeah.
she's in her 60s still.
Yeah. I know.
What?
I've met her.
No, you haven't.
Well, not that you know of.
Lies.
I know.
Yeah, so stay tuned for better movies.
Yep. We're doing Ghostbusters next.
I'll go see Spencer, the Princess Diana. It's pretty good. I
Oh,
watched
yeah?
that last week. It's not what I expected it to be.
Oh, I guess we could have done that, but
Yeah. I just have the lyric membership, so I'm going to every movie they have.
oh, nice.
So if you want to get it, I'm going to 4 movies next week.
Oh, that's too much.
Well, I'm going to Dune again on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not.
Then I'm going to see Belfast, Kenneth Branagh, and then I'm seeing Black Friday, which has Bruce Campbell. It looks like a stupid horror movie.
Nice.
It looks great. And then we're seeing Ghostbusters. Are we still doing that?
Yeah.
So that'll be our next episode.
Next step.
And I know that kind of goes along with the Marvel. Like, is it gonna be good? But we'll
Yeah.
see.
I've heard that it's good from reviews, but
They could have
You
been
know.
owned by whoever made this movie. Paid off. by
probably
the
Disney.
studios.
They own freaking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Goosh bye.
Goosh by.
Stop. Just don't talk.
I'm eternal, get it?